Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Let's all take shelter of that Krishna Vrindavan. Yeah. Let's see if we can coax him to come and play with us today and give us mercy and happiness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shamagori, welcome.
Haribol.
God is giving her so much joy in her heart today, she said. Oh, that's great. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Yes, Krishna. Radhe Radhe Govinda. Jai Lord Caitanya. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jesus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So Christmas present is ecstatic worship. Reveals all, tells all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, 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 Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Caitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaur Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, put your microphone on, and it's probably on anyway. We can chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I don't hear your chant. Oh, it's me. It's me. It's okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. That's all right. Go ahead and chant. No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I hear you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare,
Rama, oh my
Hare
Lord.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Oh my
Rama
Lord
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Oh
Rama,
my
Hare
Lord
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Oh my
Krishna,
Lord
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Jaya
Krishna,
Jaya Sri
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Jaya
Hare.
Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Govinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri
Jaya
Advaita
Sri
Chandra
Advaita
Jaya
Chandra
Gaura
Jaya
Bhakta
Gaura Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
All right, reading from, reading from, let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How about 10th canto? No, how about Chaitanya Charitamrita? Yes, Chaitanya Charity. Adi Lila. Chapter
I will
1.
get it. I will get it.
Spiritual Masters. Adi. Verse number. I'm just going to read some verses in here, one selected. Text number. Text number 4. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in this age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no other incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. See, the Lord has appeared in this age of Kali. See, it just appeared. You know how some people just suddenly appear? Oh, where'd you come from? That was Lord Caitanya. Oh, you missed out. Oh, you poor things. We're all so poor. The Lord appeared, and then he disappeared. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Ah, we got good news for you. We got good news. He does his magic act again. When you make the real connection with the real disciplined line, it's time for the world to know Guru Tattva again. They forgot that in the last 50 years. See? So, first thing that appears is chapter 1 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Prabhupada said he knew his disciples were not ready for this. He knew people were going to jump at becoming gurus and saviors of their brothers and sisters who they were no better than. You got to be extraordinarily empowered to be a spiritual pastor. That's why even Prabhupada said, oh, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which we are here to teach, which Prabhupada told me to share with people, these principles. Because they can only be ascertained by those who worship the Lord with divine loving ecstasy. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy. You know how many times I repeated this? Why does this always seem ever fresh? Because it's when you get over speculation, see, mental speculation, you go into Ras. And then Ras is always ever fresh and unlimited happiness. You can take the same verses, which are expansive and ever fresh and deep like oceans, and relish them again and again and again. Just like people relish, you eat the same glubjamums or whatever it is, right? You always enjoy them, right? Of course, you can't eat too many at once. We wait another day, you can have another one, right? Relishable. And then next week, you have another one, right? Ooh, got good news for you, Kamalakanta. You can do that with the names of God, the conceptions of Bhagavan at the deepest level. They're like those transcendental globulums. Very sweet, very deep. And oh boy, does that fill your heart. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not so much of a belly thing, it's a heart. They fill your heart. See, this is what needs to be awakened in most devotees, is how to fill the heart. See, with the transcendental bread of life that Jesus was talking about, that Lord Caitanya filled his heart with, that we fill our hearts with. Postgraduate. This is what this is. Sweet but nutty, yes. Very nutty. Unless you're a little bit nutty, you won't come here. So you'll think, oh, well, let's be around normal devotees. Gohari, he must be really off, man. Look, he's so different. He's too different. Oh, all our gurus, they're the same. Yeah, of course, they got in the room together when Prabhupada left, and they decided, well, let's come up with the same story so people will believe us. Because if we have the same story, they'll say, well, you see, this agrees with all these other gurus, therefore it must be true. Yeah, Gorahari is one of those guys, in the actual scriptures talk about, because when you're empowered by the Lord, and then these scriptures, apply to you. Oh yeah, a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others, and the others are everybody that's still in Maya, even though they're wannabes and they're poopy pope types, and they're the ones who have materially motivated devotion. They're looking for some kind of material benefit. Yeah, it doesn't apply to them. See, that's why the opinion of an empowered person, empowered by the true Lord, the transcendental Lord, is going to be different than others, because most others it's just a fact. They're just an illusion, more or less. They could be good people and still be an illusion, yes. We teach things like that nobody is taught. Well, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, they started it a little bit. They told the difference between a Brahmin and a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is a self-realized soul. They're self-effulgent. When you listen to them, if you listen long enough, you get purified. You see there's different, very different. Sometimes they look like ordinary, person. They speak, they're very playful, informal, nothing, but man, when they speak, it's almost like something is speaking through them. It's called truth that you never really hear just anywhere. Trippy, huh? A little bit nutty, huh? The great sage is not a great sage, and the great sage is not, I'm a great sage. No, a great sage is an empowered person anointed by the Lord who's transcended the false ego because they know they're just the Lord's fool. I'm just the Lord's fool. That's all I know. Prabhupada, and all empowered her, even though Prabhupada was a great sannyasi, everything, he just considered himself a fool, used by Krishna. He knew that he was used by Krishna. Krishnadas Kaviraj, who wrote this beautiful book, that I'm just a fool, dancing fool, the Lord has made me dance. See, they know the Lord is making them dance. Otherwise, why would they dance before the world? Why would they dare to write a book like Chaitanya Charitamrita? Why would Prabhupada dare to take the title spiritual master? Who, he just considered himself, I'm just, I'm nothing special, but the Lord is using me. Why would I do? You think I would do this, just on my own? I'm not like these guys. They do it on their own power. You know, your own power is, oh, I studied, I got a Bhakti Shastra degree. Therefore, I'm Guru Dev, or I'm a sannyasi, and I'm better than you, and I'm a Brahmin. See, Brahmins still have that false ego usually, especially in the age of Kali. Therefore, I'm qualified to take disciples and bring them back to Godhead. Oh, really? Yeah? Are you more than a Brahmin? See, I teach the real Chaitanya concepts, which are the pristine conceptions of the absolute truth. You got to be more than a Brahmin to deliver your disciples. So nobody take initiation from somebody that, unless you know that they're more than a Brahmin. You come here, we'll teach you. We'll teach you who has the qualifications of being more than a Brahmin. Who is teaching that? If you can just follow rules and regulations in Prabhupada's program and be regulated, chant your 16 rounds, you're guru material if you do that for a while. You could be a good person and trying to be really honest. There are a lot of sincere devotees in this world. They are giving their lives to Krishna. You know, they're trying to worship Krishna. You know, they're sincere in that way. But ignorance of the truth is no excuse. I'm sorry. Ultimately, you have to get the truth. You can't just say, "Well, I'm sincere. I'm sincerely in ignorance, and so therefore I'm going back to Godhead because I have an unqualified guru." But I didn't know. You die, you go to Prabhupada or something. You say, "Well, I didn't know. I thought I could wear." See, but I did. I gave my whole life. I did that too for 5 years. I gave my life to ISKCON, man. I worked. I said, "Well, I was sincere. I practiced everything. I gave all my all in all. I worked 12 hours a day and everything." And then I left brokenhearted. And I could go if I died and say, "Well, Prabhupada, you see, I was, well, I'm sorry, you're just not conclusive. You got to understand this philosophy of Krishna consciousness. I came here, to give the most intelligent philosophy so you can know the spiritual laws and how you come through into the spiritual world." Well, luckily, the Lord had something deeper in mind for my life. And showed me the truth. And that's what I just teach. I just pay it forward. Pay it forward. Just come this way. You are all coming this way. And I get reports that this is not crazy. This is not weird. As Shamaguri said, "Oh, wow, I never felt, well, I guess you're in the right garden. I guess the Lord, Prabhupada's blessing is upon us. Lord Chaitanya's blessing upon us. I guess that dream, that lucid dream of Prabhupada was really true. And he ordered me to teach what I'm teaching here because look at the fruits, man. Look how happy River is. Look how happy Shamaguri is. Look how happy so many devotees are becoming. And they're growing all the time. This started for 22 years of doing a yagna, of preaching to an empty camera. Now people are coming. See? Purify. We're all getting purified more and more, and getting more power. It's like a snowball gathering. It's Christmas, snowball gathering more snow as we roll down the road. As we're rolling down the road, man. We're gathering more snow. Why not, man? You show me a better thing in Krishna consciousness than this. What? Chanting in ecstasy is a bad thing? What? Having smiles on your face like I see here? That's Krishna smiling in their hearts, my friends. Oh, you didn't know that? You can't. Yeah, that's the way it works, man. Prabhupada taught, hey, the face is the index of the mind. It's also actually the index of the heart. If the heart is happy, the cheeks go up. That's why one of the pure devotional symptoms listed in Nectar Devotion is smiling. Krishna always has this little smirk on his face, and so does devotees. Even when they're so-called sad, which is also a transcendental, juicy emotion. Oh, I love the sadness of devotional mellows. Oh, creates such a melodrama. Really, it's very attractive to Krishna. Ooh, my devotee really is looking for me. Oh, yes. You ever see these women or even men when they see how their beloved, loves them so much, that hankers after them so much? Where does that come from? It's Krishna. He's like that. Ooh, this is my real devotee. This person really loves me. Wow. Paradas. He's happy, man. See, we get everybody here. Paradas, I think, was he? Is he the one that was in the mental hospital back and forth and all that stuff? Yeah, people come. You know, this is so amazing here. Hey, come one, come all. I don't care. Big sannyasi, big guru. You know, crazy people. You know, this is Nityananda style, man. You can read his glory was. He delivered the merchants, the crippled, the retards, the sannyasis, anyone, whoever would just come and fall down before his ecstasy and his conclusive understanding of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. And we do the same thing here because Nityananda is our Lord and Master and gives us, that power here. So we work on his behalf. Anybody can come. We're not. It's not just for Brahmins. The less special you are, the better. Oh no, no. The less special you think you are. You could be a big sannyasi if you don't think you're very special in your heart. That's Krishna's mercy upon here, and you can come. If you're a big sannyasi and you think you're special, well, you can come if you can make it. If you could, somehow or other swallow your pride. Well, I guess I'll go there. I do want that, but will you take me? I've still got this pride. This is a big lump in my heart. Just come here. We do surgery too. We do heart surgery, no problem. We'll get that lump. We'll get out that disease. That's our specialty. The harder the challenge, the better for your man. Equal opportunity. Yes, Klaus Schwab, we are also equitable. We do equally and equitable for everybody. This is a true equal opportunity for all. Why not? We got number one, Prabhupada's order. He said this is what he wants. Number two, we have Krishna's blessing. Yes, he told my second disciple, you have got my darshan because of your guru. He said it. That's what he told her. And I was sitting right there, and, she was seeing something extraordinary and hearing something extraordinary, just like it's described in the Vedas, which she didn't know. Yeah. So that's why we see. See, people need to look. If the blessings of the transcendental Lord is upon someone or some group, which are, then there'll be transcendental result, right? Transcendental equals transcendental result, right? You preach the transcendental conceptions, the conclusive truths, you get a conclusive transcendental result. 1 and 1 equals 2. Okay? Expansion. Then now instead of one person here, it started with one. I just started preaching for 22 years, and then there was 2. And then there's 3. And then there's 4. Keep adding. 5, 6, 7. See, we don't do any this fancy dancing speculations and geometries and all that. We just add and subtract. I always love to add the simple things. I even do it now. People use calculators and everything. I like to add and subtract. It's something, because of its simplicity, I like to add, by manually. I add like Bitcoin. I say, okay, this is add it up. It exercises the mind. It's good. You don't be lazy, people. There, use your mind a little bit, to learn new things. Also, otherwise you get old. I want to get, I'm always learning. I like to learn new things. Even though I do devotional service, I like to also learn new things about health and this and, about new money, Bitcoin and stuff. I learn. So don't be old dogs. Come on, man. But if you want to be an old dog and just don't want to learn anything, that's okay. Just come here and get ecstatic and go back to Godhead. That's okay. That's all that's required. If you want to just do any extracurricular activities, keep the mind elastic. I probably should learn Spanish. I can't talk to anybody. Maybe that's good too. Keeps me from Prajalpa. You know. No comprende, no comprende. People just talk about nonsense anyway. How many people are chanting? How many people do you think in Playa del Carmen or any of your cities are chanting Hare Krishna? Not many, right? Maybe a few, unless you got a temple. Yeah. But out of thousands or millions, how many are chanting? Even on the level of Vaidhi. Not that many, right? This is a rare breed. That's why we need to stick together, man. Stay in our circle. You notice we stay in a circle, we start to grow. This is like a special garden. We always put in the right fertilizer here. You know, the fertilizer, highest truth, distinguished from the. We need some of the illusion too. We need to, use that illusion so it can grow the truth, and so we take a little bit of the truth and a little bit of the illusion, put it together. And then we get deeper truth, deeper understanding of the truth. See, that's Bhagavatam. Highest truth distinguished from illusion. That's our fertilizer. See? So I keep up on the news every day. Don't not too much, not to the point of getting like every day. A little bit, just read the news. Prabhupada would read the newspaper and then he use it for his preaching. Right, Tom? You don't want to get too much. Don't identify too much. It's just Krishna's. It's just all part of his plan. See, the loving affairs, text 5, the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure giving potency. For you prasadam believers, see, this is the next level of prasadam. See, the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Oh, did you hear that? Transcendental manifestations of what? Pleasure giving. See, they give you pleasure. This is where all that prasadam eating is leading.
It's leading to.
You see, that fills your belly. This fills your heart. This purifies your belly. The prasadam, the pakoras that Kamalakanta likes so much. And this purifies the heart. See, just like Prabhupada taught you how to eat, right? Taught you how to eat. So you need Shiksha Guru to teach you how to eat again on this level. How to eat the bread of now life. Like Jesus said. He said, Moses gave you manna from the mountain. And you still didn't get it yet. And the Son of Man gives you the bread of life. Bread of life are these truths, these deep conceptions, these deep truths. The real Guru Tattva is the bread of life. Because this gives you the direction to find out, I go in the narrow gate. See, the broad is the way of destruction still. You can't go through a false guru. You got to go through the real guru. This chapter is all about the real guru, the real gate into eternity. Even though you may have had Prabhupada as your guru, But if you're not worshiping the Lord in Ras beyond speculation, in ecstasy, on a mature level, you need Shikshaguru. Why wouldn't you? Why don't you want to make it faster? It's like learning Mridanga. Oh, let me go and learn Mridanga myself, to be an expert player of Mridanga, man. Yeah. And then a person thinks, oh, let me go to an expert, experienced Mridanga player to learn Mridanga. You know how much faster that person's going to learn? We got all these Prabhupada disciples and people going through the gurus who have not made it, who are trying to learn Mridanga on their own. Oh yeah, I'm a spiritual master on my own. And look at us. We're making spiritual masters so much faster because you go in the correct way. They're all trying to, master the art of being a spiritual master, man. And their followers are trying to master art of being a real follower by going to those who can't even play the mridanga right. I mean the spiritual master thing right. The real spiritual master is self-effulgent. They may become spiritual master like Ishvara Puri became spiritual master by the mercy of his guru. Or they become spiritual master like Madhavinda Puri did, not by any initiation, because he came here in this life and could chant the holy name in ecstasy. Or like Haridas, who came in this life and could chant the holy name in ecstasy. Or like Gaur Haridas, who by some fluke of nature came in chanting the holy name in ecstasy. I tried to find a guru that was alive, that I could say, because I like to follow the process. Even Bhakti Vinod also, he took initiation from, it seems, a neophyte, just to show the process to do it. But then then his guru turned on him and rejected him at the end of life. So that didn't work out very good. Gives a wrong example. He didn't need it. Matter of fact, his son, Bhaktisiddhanta, who was also this self-realized from the beginning, when Bhakti Vinod's guru wanted to put his feet on the head of his disciple Bhakti Vinod, Bhaktisiddhanta, he jumped over the etiquette. And he should have, according to etiquette, just let it happen. But no, Bhaktisiddhanta was only into truth. He would just speak the truth. Conclusion. He says, take your feet off my father's head. He's a manjari, man. You should take the dust of his feet. See? That was a spiritual perspective, beyond the etiquettes. That's the way Bhaktisiddhanta was. That's why he was called Lion Guru. This we kind of follow in his footsteps also. Prabhupada was a little bit like that too. Matter of fact, all gurus are a little. Bhakti Vinod was like that at times. If you're not like that, dedicated to the truth, even at the cost of etiquette, the rules of the etiquette, then you're not ready to deliver anybody in this world, because it's only truth. There's just a flat out, straight out, frank truth that's going to deliver you, man. If you don't have love of Krishna, you need a bona fide spiritual master who has love of Krishna and can prove it. And just doesn't have to say, I have, no, or a no show. I have, but I won't show. No, you got to see it, man. You got to see this person knows what they're talking about. That this person is Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. We're making devotees that are Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. It's time you people know the truth. Otherwise, it's time. The illusion, all these gurus have been letting the illusion go on, and all they get is still ritualistic devotional service. If that's all you're interested in, if you just like rules and rituals, then go over there. You can do that. If you superficial devotional service is good enough for you, don't come over here because I break the etiquettes. The truth breaks the etiquette. It has to. Otherwise, you believe in the etiquettes and forget the truth. That's etiquette is for neophytes who can't withstand the truth, who can't hear the truth. So those who believe in superficialities, oh, this person was initiated by this guru, therefore they are bona fide. If you're into that, go over there. If you're not into, oh, this person is bona fide because I studied Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. And this person has the qualities of an empowered person, even though they don't look the part. But they're self-effulgent, man. Not effulgent from their self coming out, but effulgent by the truth, which is the real God. The real Krishna is the truth. Jesus was self-effulgent because he knew the truth and believed the truth and preached the truth and became a lion also. Bhaktisiddhanta was that way. Prabhupada, he preached truth, becomes self-effulgent. He was effulgent because the real truth is the real Krishna. That's why I consider these gurus wimps. They're still speculate. If you're not a real guru situated in transcendental taste and a resident of Vrindavan, and you show it and demonstrate it, and people who are really looking for Krishna can respect that, then you don't have the power. You will just be disempowered. That's why it's not like I'm against it. I would like to. Could you imagine if one of these gurus came and they learned this? They would become a real guru and they would deliver their disciples. And deliverance means they get what you got, ecstatic devotion. Come on, man. Anybody interested in doing that? Or are you still, well, hey, this is a threat to my, hey, I got all these followers. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. You already lost them. You lost them. After this life, they're gone. And you're gone. Who knows what your destinations are? My disciples are not lost. They've been found and they know it. And they show it. And they teach the real path. So you're already lost. If you're not conclusive, if you're not ecstatic, truly ecstatic, if you can't prove that you're self-effulgent because you're so into the real self, that real self is in you, radiating in this world, man. Confirmed. You notice? We got confirmations at the right time. The little bird in the thing goes. Yeah. See, this is Guru Tattva. It's time to people know the truth, and you gurus too. Come on, man, we're equal opportunity. We'll make you a real guru here. Otherwise, don't tell me you're delivering your disciples there, Radhanath and Jaipatak and that San Jose guru. And don't tell me you're delivering your disciples fully in this life unless they're ecstatic, man, with tears pouring out of your eyes, like many of my disciples got tears. Prabhupada says in Nectar Devotion that you're not even cultivating devotional service till tears start coming out of your eyes and putting out the fire of material existence. That's his words, and I just repeat them. So are you like that? Guru Devs out there? I don't see tears pouring out of their disciples or their eyes. So you should come here and learn this art. Because the orders are here from their gurus, their Prabhupada, that they worship is told us to do this work. All right, another selected verse. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So he came as a perfect example of a devotee worshiping Krishna. Why did he do that? So that we could do the same thing. That we could become devotees worshiping Krishna like he did. In that conjugal mood, if you're lucky to have that. The conjugal, pure love of God in the rasa of the gopi love. See? So you notice devotees who are elevated to the platform of Ras, even here you can see that. Isn't that amazing? Why doesn't the Krishna conscious movement respect what we do? Because the devotees are already elevated in Ras, many of them. That shows you they still need to learn something, don't they? They're not really seeing things as they are. No matter how much they're prancing around the stage and looking really important. No, this is important. They got it all backwards. Importance is not to prance around the stage looking for the high seats, to put their little tushy on, and give a class and memorized verses and by the wind and blah 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 da 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 da. That this is Krishna consciousness. No. This is Krishna consciousness. This is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Is to taste the nectar in the holy name of Krishna, and the nectar in these conclusions, the conclusive understanding, beginning with Chapter 1 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, who is Krishna himself. And that's how merciful the Lord is. The Krishna Daskar, I bow down to him. And that has to be done now through the line. You have to find the real line and bow down to their preaching, bow down to their ecstasy. And this is the game in town for that. And when you do that, when you show respect to this ecstatic worship, that ecstasy is the Lord, by the way. He's given himself to us. We've given ourselves to him. Therefore, what we show is him in this world, him, her. And when people of the world realize what we're teaching here and give respect and bow down to this, and not to those who are the false representatives of the Krishna consciousness movement, and give respect and bow down to this preaching and this ecstasy, then you get it. That's simple. Isn't it nice? What a gift. It's not something you earn. You've been taught wrong. Now we're here teaching right from wrong. Krishnadas Kaviraj said, Nityananda, and this goes for his representative here, which we're making, you all. Nityananda and their representatives, don't look, are you qualified or not qualified? Are you sinful or pious? No, he just gave shelter and protection and ecstasy and love of God to whoever just fell down to his preaching, his ecstasy, his behavior, his uncommon qualities. That was it. That's why he could. How else do you liberate retards and simple people and merchants and cripples and cripple-minded persons. Can you just bow down? See, you could be a retard, you can be in a mental hospital. If you can just understand the concept of just bowing down to their preaching, just appreciating, can you do that? If you can just do that, you can be delivered to Vrindavan. Otherwise, the Lord's being the Lordships Nityananda and Lord Caitanya and Advaita, their being the most magnanimous and merciful of all incarnations, would have no meaning. But Krishna didn't do that. You had to be qualified to go to Vrindavan, usually. You had to be like Uddhava. Uddhava is also already a rasic devotee. He'd look at clouds and he'd become ecstatic. It was sealed. What you hear here, what you see here, what you saw 550 years ago was sealed in Vrindavan. And Lord Chaitanya said, for a long time I have not given the gift of love of Krishna. I think I'm going to do that now in Kali Yuga. And we're his team. We're on his team. We're team players. We're on his team. We play the way he plays. We have to, otherwise there's no meaning to Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It would have stopped there. You think, oh, it's only going to be about rules and regulations and ritualistic worship, ceremonies forever. After Lord Chaitanya, oh, that was for only them. No, no, no. No, we're bringing it forward again, revived. See, desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love. See, Krishna saw Radharani. Wow, look at those tears. Look at that laughter. Look at her choking up when she looks at me. Wow, Linda, what is that like? I can't know. That love looks so glorious. See? Are you like that when you see that love? Who's represent? You got to find some girlfriends representing that gopi love. Are you thinking like that? Are you thinking like Krishna? No? Well, most people aren't, but you are. You guys are. You come here and go, a lot of, if you're here, usually it's because, wow, look at that love. Look at what comes out of Gohari's mouth. And after he chants and with those tears and that laughter that no other gurus do. Wow. See, now you're following the footsteps of Krishna and the residents of Vrindavan. The wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love. Wow! Look at all that love, and look at the person relishing that name of Krishna. Oh, those qualities. Look at those realizations and revelations. Wow! That's awesome. Are you like that? Or are you like, oh, that's weird. My guru's not like that. What are they teaching? Oh, nobody teaches like that. Are you like that? Oh, go in the Vaidhi pile over there. Go do your rules, regulations for another 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it takes you in your less intelligence to realize what's really important. Or another lifetime, whatever it takes. What can we be done? See, or you, the Raganuga types that are looking like that. That's why, you see why we must show this. We must show this uncommon worship. Otherwise, nobody will go, wow, because that's what you are doing. That's why you're here. You went, wow, go on. Somehow or other, yeah, he looks a little bit mad, a little bit crazy, but boy, he looks happy. And why do I want? Why am I attracted to this? I don't know. Maybe I'll just hang out and try and figure it out. There you go. Qualified for Raghunath Bhakti. Even though you're a retard or a fool, but you're smart enough to figure that out. And the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. Hey, are you like that also? Krishna's thinking, wow, that's awesome. Look at that happiness. Look at those smiles. Look at that ecstasy. My God, there's nobody like that. I've never seen a guru like I've never seen a sannyasi like that. I've only that rare person that's related to Vrindavan is like that. Is anybody getting what I'm talking about? Are you like that now? Anybody? That's why this is our canvassing. This is our hard sell. It's not easy to sell Krishna and Radha. That's why you really need Radha's real love, man. You got to be empowered by Radha. You have to have Radha's order or Lord Caitanya's order to do this. You have to, show that. You got to show your Kirby vacuum is better than all the vacuums because it's an expensive vacuum, man. You got to get, three or four now, $5,000 for one of those vacuums. Who the heck's going to spend $5,000 for a vacuum cleaner? Who's going to, spend their time? See, now here we're canvassing and we've reduced the price to nothing. You don't have to pay a dime. All you have to do is pay your attention, and that's a lot for people with all this Maya all over the place, grabbing your attention. Hey, look at this! Oh, look at this conspiracy! Oh, look what Krishna's going to do to you! I mean, look what Maya's going to do to you! Look what Carl Schwab's going to do to you! Look over here! Look over there! Look at Facebook! Look over there! And Gohar's out there. He's also trying to canvas for the attention of people. Because if they look over here, we're going to give them a Kirby vacuum cleaner, the best of them, Krishna himself, who all Kirby vacuums, the whole lot of them, and everything else comes from him. He created those. And the whole world doesn't care a fig for Krishna or Radha. Even look at all these gurus and teachers and ISKCONs. They don't really care yet. They don't know what it is to care for Krishna. If they did, we'd be here. So we got a hard sell here, man. You must be empowered by Radha and Krishna to sell Radha and Krishna, the real one. Not the Radha and Krishna, the Lord of rules and regulations, because that comes from them also. But they're not very attracted to that. They want happiness. Hey, we got a Catholic here today. See, they want those who are interested to worship them, by this intimacy and ecstasy. Therefore, they have to see it. That's why Lord Caitanya had to show it. That's why we have to show it too. I'm not interested in getting a lot of rule followers here to go around and canvas. Hey, come here. We're going to teach you how to ceremoniously worship Krishna externally, Radha and Krishna, to sit there below the altar and go, that's what, I mean, no, we're here to sell the deeper Krishna, the real Krishna, the transcendental one, the Vrindavan Krishna. And that's the one nobody knows. None of these gurus seem to know. None of their followers seem to know. So we got a hard sell here, huh? You better be empowered to sell. And I think we're doing pretty good to get 16 people here right now listening. Yeah. They don't know to captivate the Lord nor how to control him while he's, a list hobby to do so. Yeah, exactly. See, are you like that? You got to become the. You come here, we'll teach you how. Just naturally, you become. After a while, you see such extraordinary worship. It's like wow. You just be like wow, man. Then you go to ISKCON and you go to Gaudiya Math or Smiti, Gaudiya Smiti, and you look around at the way they worship, and then you look over here. See, now you know. You got it. If you don't see this, you don't know. You don't have any perspective. You got to see something more juicy than what's going on, if for the masses of worship, the masses worship Krishna more pompously, with pomp and flowers and all that externally, and if that's all you see, well, you think, well, that's it. It's maybe not, maybe you're there by default like I was. I didn't know where else to go. This was not going on anywhere. Now it is here. See, so now we show that oh yeah, here, let us show you the real Krishna. Let us show you the real love of Krishna, what it looks like, how you worship the name like Lord Caitanya did. And then you start to, when you see here what's going on, then when you read the book, you realize it. You acknowledge it. You understand it. Paradas says ISKCON is really boring for me. Yeah, because, that's why you see this here, and you'll see it's, it is what it is. But they don't know. They may even see, if you have to, this is where more intelligence comes. Okay? Krishna's looking at Radharani who worships in ecstasy, and she's got this extraordinary intelligence, extraordinary happiness. Not common. See, that's how you get it. So, the happiness she realizes when the sweetness of his love, Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi's womb as the moon appeared from the ocean. See, that's the key. Richly endowed with those kinds of emotions. They're transcendental, my friends. That's Guru Dev. The real one is richly endowed with the emotions of this parampara. See, go all the way back to Lord Caitanya and Nityananda. Richly endowed with ecstatic devotion. How else are you going to know the deeper science? Without being richly endowed, you cannot preach it to others. You cannot transmit this richness of emotional, transcendental emotional worship of Krishna. That's the key. Don't forget this. This is without the emotions of that aspect of Krishna, which is Radha, you can't understand Krishna. You have to have that Ananda, that special Ananda. This is real Bhakti Lada Bish. It's a special transcendental attraction for Krishna. Only comes through the narrow gate of the real parampara. You got to find the real disciplic line, and they're rare, even amongst Prabhupada's disciples. All of them. You think they're all authorized? They say well, he's guru, he's authorized. Are you kidding? That's superficial idea. You need the deeper understanding. The deeper understanding are in the pastimes and the teachings. See, Madhavinda Puri could say like Prabhupada and Madhavinda Puri, right? Madhavinda Puri had two examples of disciples. One was Ishvar Puri, who served his guru sincerely, purely, because he obviously wanted love of Krishna. Submissively, not trying to be challenging and better than his guru. And he got the gift, love of Krishna. See, this emotion became richly endowed with these emotions. And then there is Ramachandra Puri, who is also a disciple. He wanted to instruct his guru. He didn't care about Ras. He thought his guru was materially emotional. Matter of fact, he tried to teach him. Why are you crying if you're absorbed? You see, he was interested in Brahman. If you're absorbed in Brahman, you should transcend all emotions and all that stuff. He tried to instruct his guru. He got the chastisement, and his guru sent him away, pushed him far away from him. So don't think because Prabhupada has so many disciples that they're all qualified. Because Ramachandra Puri went out and become a fault finder of real Vaishnavas. The same thing has happened with Prabhupada. You have to find the rare persons connected with the real deeper Prabhupada, which he didn't show much, but was there, to be in the real line. See? And they're the ones who are richly endowed with spiritual emotions and are worshiping the Lord on the spontaneous platform, like Prabhupada did in his room. I got the authority and the authorization from Prabhupada to preach this publicly now. Otherwise, it would stay in the closet. Nobody would get it. Now, that's pretty merciful of Prabhupada in the line. Say, okay, now publicly expose it. See? But the few just come right first. Fewer first. Later, the others will come. Or as many will come. Why wouldn't they? This is real. This is true. This is blessed. It's got to work. That's why it's working already. People have shelter here and they feel it. They experience it. They feel that Govardhan is over their head protecting them, right? The real, you know what that means? Krishna doing that? You don't think Gaur Haridas is doing that? You pretend. Oh, you think you're God, Krishna? You see. No, well, I'm also doing it. The cowherd boys also were under there. You see their sticks are on there too, right? Gaur's stick is there also. He's also holding it up. How does he do that? Oh, Govardhan, all the pastimes of Krishna, the truths about Krishna are on that hill. And I lift them up. I don't need to hold this big, heavy mountain. That way, that mountain is light as a feather because all the conceptions of the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is here. And I just hold them up. They hold them up. What does that mean? Hold them up for people to see. And then see, oh, let me come under the hill and be protected by those true conceptions of Govardhan's pastimes coming from the mouth, man. That's my, oh yeah, coming from the, see, this is mine. We don't use that. I like this finger. See? Hold up the true conceptions of Krishna consciousness. That gives you protection. You come under this shelter, man, and you will not be the loser. Or the losers. Well, eventually they'll get it. But you want to win in this life? Come under here. Believe this word. And if they say, oh, don't go to Gohari, oh, don't, come here. Then be like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj didn't listen to even his guru. His guru was adverse to the real Shuddha Bhakta, Vamanadeva, and his order. See, Vamanadeva said, yeah, come, I want some service there, Bali Maharaj. Your guru says, your initiating guru says, don't go. And Bali Maharaj says, I'm going to go. But if you come to me, you may lose everything. You'll lose the respect of your guru even. You'll lose the respect of your family members there at ISKCON and all that. Bali Maharaj said, yeah, it's worth it. It's not in every lifetime you get a chance at the truth, to go to the truth. My heart says this is more real. And you're, Guru Dev, you're adverse to the deeper truth of Shuddha Bhakti. ISKCON devotees, listen up. Gaudiya Math and Samiti, you have the same opportunity now. See, we're lifting it up. This is conclusive. This is real. Your gurus can't teach you this. Better to come here. We can. We know the real Bhagavatam. They don't, do they? See, this is, be like Bali Maharaj. You know what happened to Bali Maharaj when he did that? Ooh, the flowers from heaven came. Wow, he passed the test. See, he passed the test. Why did he pass the test? Oh, he had some instruction. Just like you're getting instruction now. His grandfather, Prahlad, was teaching him the deeper science. Hey, you're going to say, your guru doesn't really know Shuddha Bhakti. And Gohar is going to say, your gurus really don't know Shuddha Bhakti. You see, I'm letting you in on the secret. Hint, hint, hint. You find any of your gurus who can explain things like this. The uncommon explanation. The opinion that differs from all of theirs, because they're all trying to people please, trying to collect their followers. And I only collect the jewels, the sincere ones who are really looking. I don't want all those problems. You're good enough with speculations and all that stuff, and you don't want to do the conclusive path yet. Don't come here, because I'm just going to bust your illusions, man, all of them. You didn't see my hat? The police cap? The motorcycle cop? Giving tickets out even to the gurus, man. The guy has no shame, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I got a job to do, man. Here you go. Radhanath, here's your ticket. Tried to talk. Ticket for you. Sorry. You've been speeding now. You sped too fast to your guru station. You're not. You went too fast. Well, I didn't know. I thought I was supposed to do this. It doesn't matter. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. We're just giving out tickets now. It's time. We got transcendental AI going on here, man. See, my Lord is the AI. The supercomputer, man. He's the he's that one. See, we use the past. Hold up, Govardhan. These are the pastimes. See, the truths, the conclusive truths of Bhagavatam. This is your way, man. This word. See, you need to find the word of God. The word of God comes from his real, transcendentally situated devotee. And that's what liberates. You follow that word, that flute, that Pied Piper. Follow that Pied Piper to the pie in the spiritual sky. Anyone who hears this and you follow this word, you'll see that you won't be the loser. You'll be free. You're going to you win the prize. People have already won the prize. We have the witness program here. Many witnesses already. They've won the prize. They're liberated souls. See, the Lord ain't looking at rivers, falls. Look, give her ecstasy. Look, the Lord ain't looking at Shamaguri's faults, right? Giving her ecstasy. The Lord ain't looking at Tom's faults, giving her ecstasy. And the most amazing thing, the Lord ain't looking at Gohari's faults, obviously. And he has so many. And still he's got some ecstasy. Maybe not as much as them, but still he's got something, a little drop or two here and there. I'm always wanting more. See, this is the quality of Lord Caitanya. He doesn't look at the faults. He says, and boy, these people don't have any devotional qualities anyway. What am I going to do? Let me just give them. They're coming in the right way. They found who I really empowered, and they believe his word. Oh, yeah, they're not perfect. They're not at a nartanavritti yet and all that jazz, all that difficulties that they can't do, that Narayan Raj was preaching and all the ISKCON are preaching to be perfect like their father is perfect. They'll never get it. Let me give it to them simply because they found the real path of where I'm really working in this life. And the masses are going off over to the big mass movements of ISKCONs and Gaudiya Mahasamiti, but you went where I'm really working big time in a big way with a massive move. Yeah. Skipping along here. It's nice. I feel like I'm skipping. Because he is non-different from Hari. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. So that was good for Advaita. And that's good for the real spiritual master. You notice chapter 1 on the spiritual master? Are you like that? Are you non-different from Hari? You're saying you're God, go Hari? No. Non-different in quality. Do you see the same conclusions that are preached in the Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita as they are, and Bhagavad Gita as they are? You hear the heart of truth. You hear the essence of truth coming from the mouth of whoever that is, Gaurahari or anybody else. Oh, there you go. That's not different. See, devotee Bhagavat, book Bhagavat. See, book Bhagavat is the incarnation of Bhagavan. If a devotee Bhagavat is around, he's the incarnation of Bhagavan in the servitor form. The Lord says, hey, Sanatan, you surrendered your body to me. That body belongs to me. It's my body. I'm going to propagate many things through that body of yours. And that goes for everybody who surrenders to the Lord and has the proof that the Lord is accepted. Oh, and that person is Acharya. Why? He propagates the cult of devotion. See? And Prabhupada did it in Bhaktisiddhanta. They propagated the cult of devotional service in practice. They could have done the other, but it wasn't time. So those in the real line, we got a new order from Prabhupada and the line. Cultivate the cult of devotional service like Advaita originally did in ecstasy, see? In pure love of God. Teach that system. See? So are you like that? Any of you gurus, are you real Acharya? Oh, we would never say. Well, we don't have to say, we just show. We are preaching the cultivation of pure devotional service, and people are getting it. See, they're getting it. They're getting it. They got it. Can you say, Chamaguri, can you say, I got it?
Yes, I got it.
River, can you say, I got it? How about you, Govinda? Can you say, I got it?
I got it!
You know,
We
in
got
the
it,
forum,
we got it.
yeah, in the forum they used to say when they get something, realization, I got it. Shama Sundari says, I got it from my guru. Of course, that's the way you get it.
It's like
Have you heard the New Agers, the protesters, the truthers? They're always saying, "We got this," but they have no understanding of the modes of nature.
No, yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't got it yet.
They ain't got it yet. No.
Shama Sundari is a good example. She had a spiritual master before Gaur Hari Das, and she followed the path of Bali Raj. And I did it more gently. I was just, she says, I got a guru like you. At first, it was the same. She thought, Gauri and my guru, they're the same. They're like that. And she kept coming, for a long time. And I just, played along, oh, yeah, nice, all this. And gradually, she started to notice a difference. And then her guru says, I don't know what it, but anyway, somehow she transitioned over here, and her guru didn't like it, and did exactly what the guru of Bali Raj did. The guru of Bali Raj wanted to take away everything that he gave him. I'm going to take away all the happiness you got from your material life because you got it from from me. And so the guru took away that, and from Bali Raj. And same thing, her guru said, I'm going to take away. Now, see, she didn't have any money much or wasn't even interested. But what he gave her was the beads and the name. And he said, I'm going to take away your name and your beads. That was really precious to her. And she was really a little freaked out about it. I said, no, don't worry. You get a new name if you don't worry about that. Or new beads. Who cares? It's just, don't worry. Let him take it. Give him back. Give it. And look at what she got in return. See? She has a deeper relationship with her mother. Ecstatic. See, she followed. You see how people that follow this path, they get such a blessing. There is no fault from following conclusive truth. See, this is Bhagavatam. Even giving up a guru. See, the speculation is, say I'm a guru, and I say, oh, no, you shouldn't. See, the Vedas say, you never give up your guru. See, the Vedas say, so you stay here. Okay? But do the Vedas really say that? No, the deeper conclusion is, you give up everything for Shuddha Bhakti. Everything. The gopis, actually, the resident Vrunda gave up everything. All their misconceptions. And the Bhagavatam, see, I'm using the power of the Bhagavatam to teach such things like you can give up a guru. That's a big thing. You have to have big tattva, big truth, a big stick holding up over and on to encourage people. I'm responsible if anybody does that. See? I'm responsible. Well, we're responsible. I don't work on my own. We work together, my Lord. That's why it works here. So we're responsible, and my Lord he takes it all on his back, because it's the truth, man. It works. I'm very confident. You come here, you can give up 1,000 Radhanaths, 1,000 Jaipatakas. If you come here first, you'll even convert your guru to a higher level, like the wives of the Brahmins did. You're that's your husband. I don't care, male or female. Your gurus are your husband. I'm here to give you connection to the husband of all. They're not even married yet. See? So if you're the first come, first served, then you'll come back and you'll even bless your own spiritual masters. You'll have flowers and you will feel it, man. You'll feel the love of the demigods coming down, and they're so happy with you. Now you save them a lot of work, because now you're one less burden on them and even Lucifer. The Lord, they just so happy that you've been delivered. Oh, finally, there's another one, Krishna is responsible for. You're out of their jurisdiction. There are no more karmi. Yeah. Now the pastimes of, you're sheltered by the pastimes of Krishna because you have the emotional feeling for them, like the residents of Vrindavan. He is called Acharya because he propagates the cult of devotion, cultivation of devotion. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. So in this chapter, it also says, when you're ready to be delivered, the Lord comes as the spiritual master. It didn't say through the spiritual master, which is also true. But can you imagine? The Lord comes as the spiritual master? How can that be? Well, Lord Krishna has these different forms also listed in this chapter 1. He's Krishna. He's also these plenary portions like Nityananda and Advaita. Oh, who else is he? He's also the incarnations as a devotee, like Prabhupada, like Narada, like Bhaktisiddhanta. Well, your guru must be like that also. Yeah, a real disciple, if they see that and understand that, my guru is a manifestation of Hari in this world. They're by medium, man. That's why Prabhupada said, don't ever reject your bhakti guru. Yeah, but people do here, right? Look how many have done that here. You don't want to be like them, do you? Listen to conclusive truth and you'll be protected. Narada Muni gave Gopakumar a blessing. May the pastimes of Krishna protect you. That's what you hear here, the real pastimes, the real conclusiveness. See, the Lord inspires and gives clarity and real logic to his real devotee to pass on to others and liberate them. Only the Father, Jesus said, only the Father knows the Son. Only the Son knows the Father. And the Son, see the Son, the brightness of conclusive truth can be revealed. See, that Sun can reveal the Supreme Sun, the big sun in the sky. See? That Sun can reveal the true nature of the Father Son in this world. See? You should ask yourself, do you have that here again now? See why I love Jesus' sayings. They're so applicable. Such practical preaching. Him and Lord Caitanya were so awesome. And Lord Caitanya was more because he brought in more. And he's, many Jesuses are in Lord Caitanya. And that's a fact. What do they say? Jesus was at the right hand of God, right? Well, that God is Lord Caitanya. Nityananda, who's also like Jesus, or Nityananda was the second body of the Lord. He's also in the Lord. This is why Lord Caitanya is. That revelation of the Lord is ha 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 ha. You want ah ha ha ha's in your worship? He's the one to worship, and we promote that worship. You ever heard people that get revelation, aha, aha, I got an aha. Well, you want the ahas, you worship Lord Caitanya, you come here, and you're going to go, ah, He is the Lord and incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. How do you do that now? Directly? How you don't even know them? Yeah, where have you heard these conceptions before? You take shelter through the acharya in line all the way back to the acharya. How do you know they're the real acharya? That's a chip off the old block. How do you know? Well, that kind of ecstasy Advaita had and Nityananda have, they have also. They're also blissful, ecstatic, and conclusive. You take shelter there. That's the process. Trust the process. You don't do that, heck with you. Yeah. That's why I told Maria, till she gets it, you work on her there, Lalita. Yeah. Hey, you don't surrender, trust the process. I want to see some deeds, man. No speculation and all that stuff. Otherwise, you just my disciples. They want to take care of you. Otherwise, I won't even go visit you. That's what I told her, man. Look what she's having in her city here. Didn't even stop calling and all that. Okay. I don't have time for that. I'm here for people to appreciate what we're really doing. We'll farm. We'll we call delegate it out. But persons like that who they're new. Maybe they can't help it. Okay, Lolita and Evo, you work on it a little bit. And who else got it? You work on that. We'll farm it out. That's what Lord Caitanya did. He'd farm. If you didn't really get it, he said, "Okay, you take care of those persons like that. They think they believe in their speculation still. You work on them. You don't appreciate, having such association. Okay, well, you can do more than I can. Yeah.
Too bad for them.
Yeah. That's it. What are you going to do? There's a lot of ignorance in this world. People believe, their speculations are it's not easy. They believe that their speculations are the truth, even though it doesn't do them much good. It's so great. You come here, we'll teach you how to live a life. You just drop that heavy weights of speculation. And you just taste drops of truth as it is. These scriptures written by real devotees empowered by God. Go ahead, Govinda. Let us know. Give us a word.
That's the thing. I hope you can hear me because I've lost my microphone. But
yeah, we hear you good.
Good. We say in fellowship, stupidity is just doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. Are you happy? The people who have their own speculation, I look at their faces, I look at their realizations, and often they're depressed. They tell me they're depressed. They tell me they're anxious, very, very unhappy. So you comparing that to what's here, where people are very, 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 very happy beyond the material world. Come on, man. Just take that cotton wool out of your mouth. The other way around. The mouth. Stop speaking and listen. Cotton wool out of the mouth and put it in the. Oh, I can't remember. I'm too. Anyway, that's the process is here. It's effective. Why do people bark and try and analyze it? Like Bhakti Siddhanta said, you can't understand spiritual things with material measuring sticks. Just come into the process. It works. That's it.
Yeah, it's just how it is. People, they do what they do, and those who are meant to come first, they come first, and then it gradually inspires others. It just takes some time. Yeah.
I see how Krishna's working in my life. I shared in the video, like on one street corner, I met 4 persons that have a relationship with over 40 years within 10 minutes, and able to give books, able to have association that we'll meet again. And it's great. I don't really have to try to do any hard endeavors, any hard work. This process works in that you get shelter materially. Material shelter just comes. Resources come. I don't ask. I don't particularly look for it. All these wonderful opulences of the material world come along by following Guru Tattva. You know, that verse, you could take that verse that Jesus spoke, seek the kingdom of God and all else is added. If you seek and listen to the real bona fide spiritual master, which is you, proven over and over, hey man, everything is sweet. I get places to live. I get invites. Do you want to do music with me? What should we do? Some service together. All these things come, as well as the spiritual ecstasy and the Vrindavan and Navadvipa. That comes because it's a consciousness. In the Dham is the place and the person. You're the Dham. People don't realize that. They want to be the Dham, but if you're unhappy and you're anxious and you're suicidal and you want to be on the same level as the transcendental Dham, it's just the way it is. I'm not sharing from a place of trying to dismiss people, because I was also in that as well. But I had to come to a point of, I know nothing. I've been institutionalized. I've been broken. I've been beaten. I'm actually going to listen. And that started prior to meeting you, but really accelerated when I met you. I couldn't get any higher realization until I listened to you from Dhamsala, like what Sharma Gauri shared to me, and Janaki. I'm listening to a representative here. I don't know as much as what you've got from your experience and your realizations, because I spent 30 years drinking and drugging. So how can I know? It's just logical to abandon my opinions and I turn my life, my will, bit step 3 here, over to a power greater than me. And it's sweet. That's it.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's this time this is why this preaching is going to be more powerful, because we're at a time where the lies are being manifest, where you can start to see people becoming conscious of the faults in this world that be, and that includes religion. That includes religious leaders. They can't help. See, the Lord doesn't look at faults, he looks at devotional qualities. But if you don't have devotional qualities left, see, this is from Chaitanya Bhagavat. If you don't have devotional qualities yet, all you see are faults. That's why the thing. And so the Lord's amping up this awareness. People just seeing the faults. They can't help it. And that, in the sense, you need that to kind of let go of the faults, of following faulty people. See, here there are faults. We all got faults. But see, the Lord has given us devotion. So the Lord's looking at us. He's looking at the devotional qualities and giving himself to us in spite of our faults. See how this works? In Kali Yuga, Lord Caitanya wants you come in the right line. This is the real line, the right line. He's going to give you devotional qualification and devotional qualities, even though you have faults. And he's not going to be looking at those faults. That's why you guys stop looking at them when you can. Okay, that's part of the training. And he's not looking at your faults. And he's giving himself to you, and you're getting stronger, see, and more connected, and more ecstatic, and more loving. It's growing in spite, and the faults are going away just naturally, because the Lord's filling you more and more with himself, his qualities, his beauty, his conclusive understanding. And so that's the way. And so those faults first, when the devotional qualities are not there, they're being revealed now in the world. You see them in politicians, people are being aware, and also in religious leaders, in these religious leaders, in ISKCON and all of them. It's being revealed more and more. You can't keep bamboozling people. It's like Jesus said, what has been hidden in the closets and their lack of real spiritual development and spiritual qualification, see, has been hidden in the closets, is being shouted from the rooftops. People are just automatically getting the awareness by the grace of God. But simultaneously, those who are understanding things correctly and as they are and the way the Lord works in Kali Yuga to give the highest promotion to the spiritual world, even to us unqualified person, is also being manifested more and more and more. And more people are also becoming aware of that. Isn't it nice to have our place in this scheme of Lord Caitanya, scheme of things? He's the thing, his thing. We're doing his thing. This is a great thing too. Huh? How about that, man? What a great service to have, right, Govinda? Fantastic service. Right, Joe Shamaguri, man, you know, everybody's becoming aware how ISKCON and these gurus can't really save them. They're lining you up for, can you imagine already about that injection thing? The world is starting to realize that. And you know what that happens? When the disciples of Acharya Day, I'm sorry to say, I have to expose you guys a little bit, and the San Jose guru and all these other gurus that are promoting that, the disciples will think, oh, we came to you for shelter and you were telling us to do that poison in our bodies. How much, scratch your head now, how much, scratch your thinking, let's get scratch some awareness in there, you know. How much shelter can I really get from these guys? And they were fooled themselves by the world. If they can't give you even physical shelter from the illusion, how are they going to give you spiritual shelter? All this is being revealed, and this is part of it, by the way. Truth will set you free. Think about it out there. Am I saying a lie, or does it make sense? Are you becoming aware out there? Anybody in ISKCON and Gaudiya maybe? Are you becoming aware how dangerous that is and how that's part of the depopulation thing? And you've been part of that. And being trans, you know, hooked up into human 2.0, you know, and with the man and machine merged together. That's all that, you know. Are you becoming aware of that? It's not just a conspiracy theory. And these gurus were promoting that. Do you see how you've been cheated by Maya? Any of you gurus seen how you've been cheated? Are you ready to cop to any of that? Well, if you come here, everything, expose every day. You know, come here, you know, get into exposing everything, because that's what it's all about, man. Let's expose it all the shenanigans of Maya, you know, just expose it, man. And let us just take shelter of the truth. What a great lifestyle. Abandon all materially motivated religions and big groups and their related material motives, you know, and all. You don't need it. All we got is just Govardhan, the truth. You know, we got two sticks here. You know, we just hold them up, man, because we like holding up Govardhan, man. Yeah, what else do we need, right, Shamaguri? Isn't this just great? Oh, what do we got here? Oh. Yeah. So give us a word there, River Yamuna.
I don't know what to say today, Maharaj. Whatever happens, whatever kind of mood one is in, one is always at home here. You know, one is always, feeling, that one can just rest here Listen to absolute truth. Just let it come in and just take it in and allow it to do what it does best without my interference, really. It's just every day, like when we're children, we're with our family every day when we're little, until we get to a certain age. It's just like being at home with the family and we're just doing what we're doing. It's such a comforting place, a comforting place. But even in our homes, we get chastised, as children. We get, held, going through new things that the parents know best that the children have to do because they have to follow a narrative. Now we follow Krishna's absolute narrative here. The same kind of process held by our parents, our eternal parents. It's a beautiful reflection. The family. Well, it was the family unit to the real spiritual family unit. Really great. And all I can say is, it's really great to be here and seeing myself and everybody changing, and one's heart being here more softened than before, and actually seeing people's growth and going past their stuff, their our weaknesses, our faults, whatever you want to call them. When they're actually put up in front of them, they can be healed, whatever that healing may be, taken away, filled up by the Lord. It's just being at home. I love being at home with my family, even though we had lots of things going on. It was this, but this is just real, true, pure love in this family with everyone, because it's taken. I asked this question, like your family when we're young, that are biological families, they kind of say these things, and it kind of disturbed me, some of the things that they used to say to me, so I didn't have that realization of love and look over what people say to you. And but here, that softness of the heart, it shows you, it's like the separation of the illusion to who they really are, to who we really are. It's been wonderful, Maharaj. So I feel so much peace, just settled, whatever the machine does, just still settled, and so much change with being here regularly and going through the purifications, hearing it, and being with you and being with the devotees has given us so many realizations from different angles of the Lord. And like Govinda just said, so much. You share so much with us, and it's just, sometimes it must be really exciting for you as well. Really kind of exciting, that we are receiving this and it's just touching our heart, and there's movement while we're here at home in this peaceful space. There's movement, and that's what we've needed, that inspiration, that empowerment, that inheritance that is ours, this eternal spiritual inheritance, of who we really are, who the Lord is. Truth, absolute absolute truth. Yeah, so open one's eyes. I remember reading the Gita on the bed one day after my friend had given it me for 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years. It just blew me away. I couldn't believe that people actually know God, because they've made him really mysterious, and people knew about God and who he is, and how we could know him and know who we are. It made so much sense, and I've never left it since then. And now it's just alive and real and breathing and living in that natural, organic way within spirit. Within spirit. It's made me want to not do some of the things that have been happening, but I haven't been able to get out I haven't been able to break my attachments to certain issues and things, certain emotions. But Maharaj is, while hearing Maharaj has just done that. He's just done all of those more and more. Yeah. I want more. I want more. It's amazing. If this is what we get at the beginning, boy, what are we going to get on this eternal path?
You're frozen, River.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Well, great, River. Thank you. Here you go. Give us a word there, Shamaguri. I'm listening. I'm just over here.
So all I can say is that I feel that my Lord has taken away a heavy load, burden of my shoulders lately. And this is so amazing to feel that. Yeah. To realize that it's just such a mercy. And I'm so grateful, really. Yeah. To all of you, River, Gurudev, Govinda, Johan, yes, to all of you. That's all I can say right now.
What else?
That's all I have to say for today.
Thank you. Give us a word, Tom.
What else or who else? I feel everybody you and Shamagari are skipping me, but it's no problem. It's funny. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So to get to my point, I was feeling very convinced that people who take this refuge of Mahamaya, they will also be corrected automatically. They will be they teach they will be taught by Maya, no, you are not here. This is not your original place. And they will be directed by Mahamaya to Krishna, to Sri Krishna. And also that's also going on in this artificial intelligence communication. If they take refuge at artificial intelligence, ultimately they will be corrected, because everything is under control of the supreme controller of Sri Krishna. So everything is in order. Everything is going perfectly.
Yeah, that's true.
All to our original position. There is no other way.
That's true. But even though everything is fine, still need to preach bhakti. Need to preach that this is the greatest path, because it is. It's the truth.
Krishna
Even
knows
though-
I'm doing that. Krishna knows I'm functional. So
Yeah.
there's no Krishna knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good. Govinda, give us another word. Thank you, Tom.
Well, yeah, just looking forward to getting into the studio with some devotees, doing some music. Shared a lot with Lord Das. He's got a very professional producer, DJ. A lot of soundscapes, a lot of ambient, and adding some snippets from your class, your words. You know, got a lot of ideas and devotional service. It's the whole essence, isn't it? It's so glorious. It's so fulfilling. I love, like in Scandinavian, the word full means drunk. Jag är full. I am drunk. You know, I'm drunk. Fulfilling. I'm drunk on this. I don't have any duties in the world. You know, I don't really. I've had a few things to sort out. I'm still trying to look at Bitcoin. You know, and practical things. I'm still looking. I haven't thrown it out the window. But there's some things to do to get to that process, like driving license. I need a replacement. Such things. But anyway, this is the everything. I can literally, you know, when I was a young lad, I used to hitchhike all over Europe, England, and it was great. But it wasn't as great as this. I still hitchhike, and not only hitchhike, people just stop their cars without me hitchhiking. And yeah, it's that life of bliss, feeling.
Now you are muted.
Yeah. Okay, I think what it is, let's see, he's back here. Nope. See if he makes it back. Not making it. One more time, let's try it.
Yeah, I don't know how much you heard of that, but it's getting a little bit noisy here. Perhaps you a lot. But,
You don't have a bike anymore?
I've misplaced. I looked for it again. But,
How did you misplace it?
just I don't know exactly. But I'll get another. I don't actually heard of that. There's a little bit actually. But
Oh, sorry, that's me. Yeah.
testing. Yeah, I was just sharing the mate getting my sisters to hoovering, so it's difficult to really focus. If you can hear that.
We hear you good.
Life is amazing, Harry, and everybody into this Sangha. Just make friends with the devotees where you can. And so much devotional service we can engage in that's fulfilling together. So it's a bit difficult for me to focus. Sorry, I'll try to get the microphone sorted again. So I'll leave. But thank you. Another devotion.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. See, I don't know. Maybe it's enough.
I'm leaving too. See you all later.
Okay.
Haribol. Haribol.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a little break now. Thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, we had like 21 people here today looking. That's nice. And we'll be back. And by the way, if anybody, we'll put that up again. If anybody wants to leave a contribution from your heart, you don't have to, but if you like to, it's you can do it. Send it to Wise, which is an app, which is a really nice app. And I have a Bitcoin address. You can ask me for that. Cash App in America. I don't know about Cash App now. I have to figure that out. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.